So let's talk about something fascinating and a little strange. We're looking at the reaction people have to men who are single, successful, and, well, perfectly happy about it. You'd think that's great, but it turns out it's a real puzzle.
And this really gets to the heart of it. Why on earth would a man's contentment, his self-sufficiency, ever be framed as a bad thing? It seems completely backward, but it happens all the time. So what's really going on here? Let's dig in.
All right, first up, and this might surprise you, the first piece of this puzzle is all about money. See, when a man chooses this path, it's not just a personal lifestyle choice. He's actually messing with a deeply ingrained economic script that, frankly, our society kind of relies on. And you can see it laid out right here. It's like two totally different financial universes. On one side, you've got the expected path, right? Spending is all about the family. Big house, big car, college funds. It's a very predictable pattern for the economy. But on the other side, it's a whole different story. We're talking higher savings, money going into travel, hobbies, personal growth. It's just not tied to that same consumer cycle. And that's the key. This isn't just about one guy's budget. When enough people start stepping off that very well-worn economic path, it starts to create ripples. I mean, think about it. Entire industries, from real estate to the car industry, are built around the idea of the traditional family unit. So this choice, it disrupts a very powerful economic machine. But it's not just about money, right? The disruption goes deeper. It's also incredibly social. These men are often seen as breaking some kind of unwritten social contract, you know? They're challenging these age-old stories about what a man is supposed to do and who he's supposed to be. And society? Well, society has its ways of trying to pull people back in line. Just look at the words that get used. These are the labels that get thrown around. He's not independent, he's immature. He's not self-sufficient, he's selfish. And make no mistake, that language is not accidental. It's social pressure, plain and simple, trying to nudge him back to a more conventional role.
And if you want to know why those labels exist, this quote gets right to the heart of it. This has been the underlying belief for centuries. A man's worth, his status, was all tied up in being a provider for a family. So when a man is perfectly content just providing for himself, it completely flips that deep-seated definition of male value on its head.
And just to be super clear, this is what we're talking about, the traditional partnership role. It's that whole expected package, right? The commitment, the family building, the mutual support system with all its specific responsibilities. So when a man opts out, he isn't just seen as single. He's seen as actively rejecting this entire social framework. So we've got the economic pressure and the social pressure. Now let's get to the third layer, which is psychological. Because when a man's actual life doesn't fit the expected story, society gets creative. It often finds a way to reinterpret his happiness into something that feels more familiar and usually more negative. I mean, just look at this disconnect. It's wild. On the left, you have his reality. He says he's content, that this was a choice, that he values his independence. But look how that gets twisted on the right. His contentment? Oh, that must be hiding deep loneliness. His deliberate choice? No, that's just a sign he failed to find a partner. His independence? That's just an inability to commit. It's a fascinating and powerful psychological game that turns a positive into a problem. Okay, so we've looked at the economic angle, the social angle, and the psychological angle. So let's pull all these threads together now and see what the real disruption is all about. And there it is. That's the core of it. The discomfort, the negative labels, the pressure. It isn't really about that one man's personal happiness. It's about what his happiness represents. And what it represents is a crack in the system. It's a choice that disrupts economic models and social rules that have been around for a very, very long time. You can see how it works, right? It's a pretty clear chain reaction. It starts with a simple personal choice. That choice has a ripple effect, impacting these bigger systems. And then the system reacts, pushing back to protect the way things are. It really shows how one person's life can send waves outwards. And that's what I want to leave you with. This whole story isn't just about single men or even about relationships. It's a perfect case study of what happens when people quietly start to opt out of the scripts they've been handed. It really makes you wonder, as more of us make choices that don't fit the old molds, which of society's other unwritten rules are we about to challenge next?